Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Stream of Chaos. My name is James, and I am the solo keeper today for the second part of the solo adventure Alone Against the Dark, which is a Call of Cthulhu adventure that you play by yourself. If you're just catching up with things, remember you can find this adventure online at chaosium.com, or you can catch up with the adventure on our YouTube channel, which was the start. Pig Soldiers just jumped in saying this is not the White Bull. This is not the White Bull. This is Call of Cthulhu, Alone Against the Dark. You can check out other Cthulhu streams on our YouTube channel, as I've just said. Thanks for joining us here. And hello to Dolingen as well. Now, last time in this scenario, we left from Arkham and we traveled up to Boston and then to New York, where we took a ship to Athens. We were trying to find out exactly what had happened to our friend who had been imprisoned by the Greek authorities in Athens for supposedly having stolen an artifact. But upon arriving there, we figured out that things were not as they seemed and that our friend had in fact been targeted and murdered by the Cult of Athens, some sinister group that were planning to bring about the end of the world or some kind of terrible summoning of a dark being by bringing an artifact to further south, which we think is Antarctica. This is a solo campaign that I'm not totally familiar with, so I'm not exactly sure what the end game is here. But together, we're all going to be able to figure it out. So let's jump straight in to Alone Against the Dark, the second part, and jump into things. See if we can figure this all out together. So, for those of you who don't know about Alone Against the Dark, who maybe are just joining us here for the first time, it's an incredibly detailed solo campaign with all kinds of interesting things like date tracking and the option to do all kinds of weird stuff as you go through it. We are currently at Monday, the 13th of September, 1931. We've been pretty quick. We took only a day or two to sneak into the room of a boarding house owner and get threatened with a shotgun and told to leave before we rushed straight off to Athens. We spent most of our time on the boat between New York and Athens in a sauna and drinking. So unfortunately, we are not flush with information. And as Good Ship Fun Trip says, disaster may well be incoming. But where we left things last, we were inside an expensive hotel, and I guess that's passage 127. You can see at the side here. And I guess we are flush with cash, which is a good point, as Duolingen says. Let's read the expensive hotel entry once more and get back into the swing of things from there. So, this is the best class of hotel. It has 24-hour room service. On your second night here, roll 1d10 with a result of 9 or 10, go to entry 26. On the third night here, roll 1d10 with a result of 8, 9 or 10, go to entry 26. For each additional night you stay here, increase the chance for proceeding to entry 26 by 1 additional result. Otherwise, go to any Athens location the following morning, or if Cairo, go to the Egypt location table. So, presumably this is the same entry for Cairo and for Athens if you go to an expensive hotel in both situations, which is interesting because we had some suspicions that Cairo was going to be involved. We also know that the boat that we were on to Athens continues on to Alexandria, so maybe we should have just stayed on there and rushed straight to Cairo, teared through the entire thing. Going over what we know once more, the Cult of Aten have murdered our friend, and I think we are still reeling. I don't know if you remember or not, but last time I saw in the Athens location table that you can go to the Parthenon. And I think that, considering we've just found out that our friend has died, we have definitely earned some sightseeing. So I'm putting my foot down. We're going to the Parthenon today, and I won't hear any complaints to the contrary. But let's get started. Let's have a think about what we're going to do. We don't have a necessarily clear path forward. We know that the Stark with a Moor expedition is going to be heading south to Antarctica, but I'm hoping we can stop things before we have to head to Antarctica. If we have to start heading down there, then perhaps Professor Louis is not going to be so useful. Well, we can always die and then come back as another character. And since we get to design some of their custom characteristics, we can just give them a bunch of fighting skill. Anyway, let's jump forward and head to the Athens location table, which is just over here. the airport, the Bureau of Investigation, the Hall of Justice. Now, we've been to the Bureau of Investigation, the Hall of Justice. We got a little bit out of the person who was running the investigation and heard that there was maybe a little bit that was up, but they weren't particularly helpful, although someone at the Hall of Justice did give us the note that belonged to our friend, whose name I still can't pronounce, Glare. We've got the Athens railway station and restaurant, a hospital, all the hotels. We've already got a hotel that we're staying at, this lovely expensive one. Motor ship Kionas, which I hope is something that you can hire a speedboat at and go tearing after the ship that we didn't get on. Wakuwai has just subscribed, and this is their 13th month of subscription, 13th being the unlucky number, so of course that means we're about to die. Wakuwai, how could you? But thank you seriously for subscribing. We've got the National Museum of Archaeology. This is where the artifact was on display, so we could potentially go there to try and figure out how it was moved, maybe, find out a little bit about it. There's the on-the-street food vendors, which is the source of the great running joke for this campaign. Parthenon, the Piostos Cafe, I don't know what that is. And then an outfitter and supplier called Spyro. And then taxis. And we know we will get robbed if we go into taxis because the embassy in New York told us not to go into the taxis. So, without further ado, let's get moving. And as I said, we are going to go to the Parthenon because we've earned a little time to ourselves. We need to reflect over the death of our friend. So let's jump across to 194, the Parthenon, which is always open. This, of course, now brings us to Tuesday because we're in the morning of Tuesday. So this will be our morning block for Tuesday the 14th. I'm not wasting time. What are you talking about? We caught the boat. We're going fine. All right, the Parthenon. The majestic temple columns glow golden yellow in the setting sun, deepening to blue as you clamber across the rubble to reach the lonely inner court. The beauty of the scene somehow oppresses you, and gradually you sink into your own thoughts. As you ponder the suicide of Galea, a scream abruptly brings you to the present. The cry seemed to come from nowhere. Suddenly, you are aware of your isolation and vulnerability in the deepening gloom. If you try to hide, go to 14. If you decide to sneak away, go to 18. If you decide to stroll away casually, go to 19. All right, well, this is less than ideal. Also, we're not pondering Galea's suicide. We're pondering his murder because we're in the know. All right. Hide, sneak away, or stroll away casually. I guess sneak away might be the safest option, but we are not particularly gifted at stealth. I think strolling away casually is probably the best option here. We don't want to get into any direct confrontation. If somebody wants to mess with us, they're probably going to mess with us because we're kind of the threat here. And I feel like if this is just a mundane situation and someone's being robbed or something like that, then, hopefully we just survive that. We've got bigger fish to fry, like the Cult of Aton. So we are going to stroll away casually at 19. 19. All right. You whistle loudly to show that you've heard nothing and amble away. But in the gloom, you begin to see strangely cloaked figures shamble towards you from all sides. How stupid you were to have drawn attention to yourself. All right. I wasn't expecting this. Oh God, this could be a quick turnaround, couldn't it? We went to the Parthenon to sightsee, and suddenly people are coming at us from all sides, these strangely cloaked figures. If you can make a successful climb roll, you manage to get over a fence and safely beyond the grasp of the creatures, go to 33. If you fail the roll, go to 31. Usually climb is very, very, very much within my skill set. I try to pick it on everything. But our climb is only 20, so this is not looking good. So we back away furiously into one corner, trying desperately to avoid these cloaked figures. It seems, why did I go sightseeing? Oh no! All right. We're going to need a 20 or lower. 86 is not a 20 or lower. Oh God. Well, I guess we didn't have a great chance there. So if we failed, we must go to 27. Something grabs you. Make a strength roll. If successful, you tear from the grasp and escape to 33. If failed and a second thing grabs you, their combined strength is 140. Make an opposed roll against a combined strength. Succeed, you squirm out. Fail, a third one grips you. And they begin tearing at your flesh. You fill the chill air with your screams. It is the end. Oh my god, we might die here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this isn't good. I wasn't expecting a sudden attack. I thought we were still safe. I guess you're never safe. Our strength is 70, which isn't terrible. All right, but this is bad. Okay. Oh, that's a 37. Okay, all right. The first person grabs us, and we're able to tear away from them and go rushing off. So this could potentially be a very rude awakening. All right. Go to 33. We succeeded. Escape to 33. Oop, made everything blue. Trembling with fear, you reel down the road from the Parthenon. You spy a lone figure ahead, a white-haired old man who uses a walking cane. You babble a warning in English, supposing that the alarm alone in your voice will be enough to dissuade him from going closer to the horrors lurking in the Parthenon behind you. To your surprise, he answers in English. His voice is slow, but it inspires your confidence. Fear no more, he says. Tonight the stars themselves bind those things to the top of the sacred hill. We have nothing to fear here. Okay. Your terror begins to lift like a veil. Your friend was killed by one of those creatures. You see them in museums, you know, looking like stuffed animals. Undead, ghouls, who knows their origin? Your friend Galea saw them just before they killed him. That's as much as you and I need know. This person is rather surprising. He pauses. Our lives we struggle in darkness. We are poor beings who need the darkness in order to find the light. As he says these words, the moon breaks through the clouds and a calm beauty pervades the world. Your fears are quenched, your heart utterly at peace. I have been on quests like yours. I have been a scholar of the unusual. I know the uncertainties and the terrors. There is nothing we mortals can do but strengthen our faith and struggle against the darkness. The two of you walk slowly. I do not know what Galea has discovered, but I do know that while in prison he told someone that if the Carpathos device was returned to its home, life as we know it will cease to exist. Yeah, well, we know that. We figured that out at the Hall of Justice. Whew, that was close. This person doesn't inspire me with confidence. He turns to you. I am at the end of my life. It is up to you to stop this evil, as your friend attempted so valiantly. Egypt is the answer. Go there. Find the Carpathos device, return it to the sea, or destroy it utterly. He takes something from his hand. It is a ring, heavy with gold, curiously made, covered with signs, most prominently a 5-pointed star with a core of flame. I wonder what that symbol could possibly be. Elder sign. I give you this. It has power, though perhaps not as much as you would want. Use it against dead things brought back to existence. For a moment, a friendly hand has steadied you and restored your resolve. The warmth of feeling is what you fight for, and the numbing terror which has chased you from the hill is what you despise. When you look up again, your new friend is gone. This old person with a cane has just teared off into the darkness. The road is empty. The encounter was like a dream, but the ring is still there. You slip it on a finger. It fits firmly and comfortably. Reaching the bottom of the hill, you find a cab and go to a hotel. You sleep peacefully. In the morning, go to Athens' location. Well, that was terrifying. Lot to unpack. So at least we have a direction now. We know that we basically have to go directly to Egypt, which is the key. I suppose we can take this as a victory. You know, it's good. We're still alive. We're still able to continue on our quest. And we know that our goal ultimately is to just get rid of this Carpathos device. And we have this ring now, this Elder Sign ring. So we should be able to use this to, get through anything. Now, I noticed that the Parthenon appears... This appears to take place at nighttime. So it says that we reach the bottom of the hill, we find a cab and go to a hotel, we sleep peacefully, in the morning go to any Athens location. I'll tell you what, just because I think it's a little weird to jump the full day, I think that we finished the last session in the afternoon and went straight to the expensive hotel and went to bed. I actually think that we went we went yesterday evening, and we sort of drifted through in a dream, and we woke up in the hotel this morning. So I'm going to flip the events there a little bit, but I think it actually makes more sense. So we slept in, and I'm going to say now we are awakening at lunchtime on Tuesday the 14th. And we've adjusted now. We've had a terrifying near-death experience. We know that we can't really just wander around. People know that we're here, and they're going to take advantage of our presence. They're going to try and kill us if we stray away. So we've got to get going pretty quickly if we possibly can. All right, so we need to go to Egypt. We need to go to the Carpathos device. All right. Back at the Athens location table. There's the Athens airport, which seems like the obvious. Can you take it? I mean, can you take a flight to Egypt? Is that the simplest way that we can do this? Durlingen says, I want you to know I ran Alone Against the Flames for my friend. Was good fun. I'm very glad to hear that. Alone Against the Flames is a great scenario, and it's free on chaosium.com, so you can grab that and some other scenarios, I believe. There's a couple of the free RPG scenarios. Check it out. Alone Against the Flames is a lot of fun. And of course, we've just announced the push for Alone Against the Tide, which is the latest solo scenario series that has come out. So check that out. But for now, let's continue. I don't know if we're going to be able to go through the airport, but if not, I guess we're trying to hire a boat. So let's head to the airport. Technically, we can call them first because there is the phone symbol next to the entry. And if we can get something out of that, we'll go there. If not, we'll head to the harbor. I don't think we're going to be able to get another boat for like a week, which is a bit of a shame. But let's try. So first of all, Athens Airport, 181. At the tiny airport, 3 aircraft sits beside the airstrip. A Douglas M2 mail plane, 10 years old and looking at rests alone. A Ford TN motor waits in front of an open hangar. A Fokker T2, I swear I wasn't swearing, I was reading what was on the page. A strange bird with its snub nose has a mechanic working on it. You notice a single bystander who seems to watch you intently. Inquiries at the office reveal that the TN motor makes regular flights to Cairo. There we go. There we go. And we won't even know. We might beat the Carpathos device to Cairo. If it's going to Alexandria first, we could end up in Cairo. And and then that's pretty funny actually. All right, it leaves at 8 a.m. daily. If you buy a ticket, go to 99 when the flight is due to take off. The mail plane is not delivering mail anymore. The pilot, Jacques Rizet, sits by the tiny bar. If you wish to see him, go to 57. The clerk says the Fokker is unavailable, but if you want to look it over, go to 43. If you're done here, go to any Athens location. It leaves at 8 a.m. daily. We slept in, so technically we do have to leave tomorrow. I gave us some leg room last night, so we're not changing that. All right. So, there we go. I guess let's go and have a word with this pilot. It's worth a conversation, right? Maybe we can get them to fly us directly to Cairo. Although I'm sort of torn because if we take any of the normal routes, I'm afraid that we're going to be monitored. But if we start talking to random people, I'm afraid that they're secretly going to be evil in some way. Oh well, let's go and see this person at 57. 57, here we go. Jacques smiles gallantly. I am trying to interest wealthy Greeks in the romance of the air, but my little service has not been well received. Yet perhaps I may take you somewhere? If yes, go to 92. If no, return to the airport entry at 181. What does everyone think? Should we just have this person fly us? We've got money. We're flush with cash. We could just pay to go, you know? Get straight to Cairo? Durlingen says go. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. If yes, 92. All right, 92. Let's do it. 92. He will take you to Cairo or Bremen with no questions asked. In order to have the daylight to complete the trip, he must take off before noon. Well, we slept in, but it is still noon. We have the morning slot, so before noon. If you say yes, read on. Otherwise, return to the airport entry at 81. Okay, great. Let's do it. We're doing it. Going to Cairo. The flight is a windswept adventure in an open cockpit biplane. Ooh la la, open cockpit? That's pretty cool. I'm trying to visualize the distance between Athens and Cairo. I actually don't know where in the Greek Isles Athens is, so showing my... I bet it's not even in the Greek Isles, technically. I bet it's on the mainland or something, and I've said something very dumb. Oh well. If Cairo go to 196, if Bremen go to 450. No, we flew straight to Cairo. We had our stuff. Boom. I wonder what time it is when we arrive. 196. Cairo Airport. I'm going to assume that we just arrive in the... How long is a flight? Let's say we arrive kind of just late afternoon, early evening. Write that down. Okay. Around the airport, you detect an odor resembling manure. You also see many British troops. Yeah, that is Cairo after the First World War. I think Cairo is it occupied by the British currently? A few planes are scattered around about the tarmac. Regular flights are available on a Ford Trimotor and on a smaller but steadier Northrop Alpha. If you've just landed, you can find a taxi at 103. If you're looking for flight information, the Athens flight departs at 3 p.m. Back to Athens. The Bremen flight leaves at 9 a.m. and arrives at 5 p.m. So there we go. It says the Athens flights depart at 3 p.m. and arrives at 6 p.m. So actually it's probably about 3 because we went directly there. And I get the feeling that tearing around in this biplane is slightly quicker than the commercial flight. So I'm going to assume it's 3 p.m. I guess let's get a taxi. We have to find this Carpathos device. That's our goal. We don't really know where we need to look. The cult of A10, who we are trying to find, is also incredibly dangerous. I guess we could go to the museum. Maybe we should have made contacts with everybody in... Oh, well, you know. Just landed, we can find a taxi at 103. To Cairo. On the few main streets of Cairo, cabs of every variety, from sleek new Packards to old Fords running on makeshift parts, can be found. You can hire a driver to stay with you for the day, or you can walk up. Each trip to a location costs an extra hour. Go to any Cairo location on the Egypt location. I'm going to be walking because I really don't trust taxis at the moment. Also, let's take it in. Cairo. That's awesome. I've never been to Egypt. I don't know anything about Cairo, but I'm you know... As I said last time, the only thing that I know about Greece is from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The only thing I know about Cairo is from Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm kidding. I actually never played that. But that's very cool. If anyone in chat has been to Egypt, speak up. That is very rad. Egypt location table. Where can we go? All right. Al-Ashar University. Good sign. Alexandria Harbour and Rail Station. Outfitters and Suppliers, the airport, the Cairo Museum. We are well before October the 30th. The Cairo Police, the railway station and restaurant, a marketplace, hotels, a hospital, on the street food vendors. More, you know, we got that's our goal. We got to try a food vendor in every city. Other sleeping arrangements, retail merchandise, taxis. Tel El Amara, the pyramid, is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. Last time we went sightseeing, we almost got torn apart by fleshy creatures, and that is absolutely terrifying. Art says, I played Assassin's Creed 2 and then went to Venice, and I was like, I recognize these buildings. That is very odd. That is really, really cool. I have always thought that I'd recognize a lot of Paris, which I lived in for a while, if I played the French Revolution's Assassin's Creed. But who knows? All right. I mean, Cairo Museum makes the most sense, but maybe we should go tomorrow. Let's head and have a sleep and a meal before we do anything. So let's get to the hotels and let's go tomorrow. I reckon we go to Cairo Museum, and if we can't find anything there, we check the university. Actually, might flip that around because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the museum, if it's going there, might have some like double agents in it or something like that. The university seems relatively safe. As academics, when has an academic ever done anything evil? You know, academics are always good. And Louis is an academic, so he'll be amongst his own kind. All right. Off to the hotels, open 24 hours a day. Let's go to 164. Hotels. Space is a bit tight, but you must get a room. Roll 1d10 to see how you fare. 1, 2, or 3, go to 123. 4, 5, or 6, go to 101. For 7, 8, or 9, go to 127. And for 10, go to 154. This This is interesting. I'm just thinking, Doerlingen says, wasn't Herbert West an academic? Louis Grunwald, I'm showing my embarrassment. I can't think the name Herbert West. I've gone completely blank. Oh wait, no, I think that's a reference to a mythos story, unless I am mistaken. I don't know. Brain is jelly today. I'm still shocked. I was attacked by people. They tried to tear me apart. What can you expect? Yeah, I thought so. Herbert West, the reanimator. That makes sense. Yeah, of course. How did I go? All right. Let's roll this d10 and see how we go. 8. Okay, so for 7, 8, or 9, go to 127. We're going to go to 127. Expensive hotel. Hey, we made it. The lap of luxury, which is only what we deserve. This is the best class of hotel, 24-hour room service. We have some food. We order it from one of the street vendors, so technically we get to fulfill our criteria. On your second night here, roll on d10. With a result on 9 or 10, go to entry 26. This is our second night here. Now, a 4, so we're completely safe. Nothing occurs. Right, and we can go anywhere in Egypt now. We wake up. It is the morning of Wednesday the 15th. Day the 15th. And we are going to go to any Egypt location. Let's head to the university first. Al-Ashar University makes sense. Open 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. So we'll get there right at opening time. It takes us an hour to walk over. 1:49. Boom. University of Al-Ashar. Much open learning and studying occurs in this incredible Cairo institution. Lately, the presence of British troops makes many Egyptians reluctant to talk with foreigners. You can visit the library at 215, or visit one of the departments within the mosque-like main building. Each visit costs 1 hour. Additional time may be demanded within particular departments. So we arrived right at opening time because we got to bed pretty early. So it is 7. We walk in at 7 a.m. The students will be arriving later because they have all been out partying the night before. Islamic culture. So these are what we can study. We can study Islamic culture, ancient history, modern history. These aren't what we study. These are the departments. Islamic culture, ancient history, modern history, languages, science, and literature. I guess let's go to the ancient history department and see if we can ask about the Carpathos device, right? That makes the most sense. I don't know why we'd go to any of the other ones apart from the joy of learning, which honestly does also sound pretty cool. So let's start with 217. 217. Professor Jahak sees you if you can make a successful persuade or history roll. Choose either one. Make one tried daily. If you succeed, go to 237. All right. Sure. Let's do that. What is our history and our persuade? We know our persuade is 40. Do we have any particular history skill? What is our history? History, 05. Okay, so we're going to be making a persuade check, it turns out. 100 persuade. Listen, Professor Jahak, I'll have you know I am a very, very, very important person, and I was just attacked in Greece, which you are in no way responsible for. But 31 under 40... Success. Okay, perfect. A successful persuade roll. If you succeed, go to 237. All right. In his book-lined office, you can ask Professor Jahak about all of these topics. That is cool. Professor Jahak, I'm imagining the kind of office. The main building was described as a mosque-like building, so I imagine it's sort of inside that structure. Very cool. We can ask about the Carpathos device. We can ask about the cult of Aten. We can go ask about the lost pyramid of Akhenaten. Go to 292. For the Book of the Dead. All right, these are all vaguely scary things. Jahak has a 50% spot hidden skill. Make this roll. If passed, go to 286. All right, we can roll for Jahak. I don't know what they're trying to spot. Well, they got a fumble, so they absolutely don't notice. Hopefully, this was not this is hopefully this was them trying to not notice us as being an enemy of the cult that they're in. Well, hopefully they're not part of the cult, but we can start with that. Let's ask about the Carpathos device. So let's go to 297. I'm not sure that this passage refers to it. A cursed key for a cursed box. The top of terror, it unlocks. A cursed key for a cursed box. The top of terror, it unlocks. Write that down. We need some notes. Top of terror. All right. We have more to ask the professor. We're going to go to 237. If we're in literature, go to 261. We're not in literature. We are in the ancient history department. 237. Let's ask about the Cult of Aten. This person is being very helpful. Cult of Aten, go to 270. 270. 270. He laughs bitterly. No cult, my friend. Cult makes it sound understandable, and they do not belong to Aten. What can I say of them? They are murderers, perhaps ghouls more likely, but the merest pebbles under the feet of their masters. If you desire more information, go to 237. Okay, back to 237. That was good to ask about. Now, we don't really have any... I'm tempted to say, oh, quick, let's ask about the Lost Pyramid of Akhenaten, but I don't think we know about that. I vaguely remember it being... I think something close to that was mentioned in the discussions that we got from Galaire's letter, but and the Book of the Dead, we don't really have any reason to ask about any of that. So I think it is fair for us to leave at this stage. So we're going to go instead to... 149. Return to 149. Okay, the University of Al-Ashar. All right. So, the Egypt location table. That was our morning slot, so it's going to be just before noon. All right, just before noon, which means that we have a little bit of time to kill. Now, we do need to eat multiple times a day, so get ready. It's everybody's favorite moment. On the street food vendors, 586. Small fast food stands occur in every city. Hot dogs, falafel, and so on. Roll 1d10. If the roll is a 10, we go to entry 12. Roll 1d10. 8. No, we're all good. So we devour our food, and then let us head straight back to the Egypt location table, skipping over once again that picture of a strange puzzle. We've eaten. We are well fed. One of the commenters on the YouTube channel said that if we asked for falafel in Greece, they would be confused in 1931. But they would try to accommodate us nonetheless because everyone is so polite. So that's very nice of them. The Cairo Museum, 9 a.m. to noon, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I said it was just before noon. We went to a food vendor, which took us an hour, and it'll take us an hour to walk to the Cairo Museum. So we should be fine. Let's go to the Cairo Museum, and it is before October the 30th, so 2:06. Cairo Museum. The museum is open 9 a.m. to noon, and from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Once again, just 1 hour off. That's interesting. So we arrive ready to get inside, and they make us wait. The three exhibits in this great museum might interest you. For treasures from the pyramids, go to 290. For tombs of the ancients, go to 236. For the Carpathos device, I'm not interested in that. If you want to interview the curator, Ahmet Kher, go to 302. No, we are absolutely going to go to the Carpathos device, exhibit 209. The Carpathos device is there. Okay, let's throw this thing into the ocean and destroy it and get rid of it. Oh my god. The device's appearance is remarkably modern. Its sheen reminds you of aluminium, but the real metal is obviously of great strength. Its glass enclosure seems to be electrically guarded. They're taking no chances of a repeat theft. Need a refresher on the Carpathos device? If so, go to 168. No, we're good. You can return to 206, or do you have other ideas about the Carpathos device? If we do, go to 211. Well, we absolutely do have other ideas. We want to get rid of it. With 211, we have other ideas. 211 is right over here. Having come so far, having seen death and danger, you know that the fate of the world could very well depend on you. How could you fail but try to steal the Carpathos device and stop it from getting into the wrong hands? If you want to attempt a theft now, go to 229. If you want to hide until the doors close and then steal it, go to 281, or if you think better of it, you can return to 206. We can always come back to this. I think we should interview the museum curator, ask about it suspiciously, and then later we can go and steal it. Or do we just try and steal it? Oh, this is tough. It's almost too easy. Like, I don't think we're going to be able to get this just willy-nilly, so to speak. But if we talk to the museum curator, and the museum curator is, well, if the museum curator knows what it is, then presumably they would give it up. You know, they would be providing it to whoever. There's some tension. Ty Carey says, "Steal it." Hey Ty, good to see you. I'm tempted for the theft. I am. We're going to interview the curator first. I gotta do due diligence. All right. Let's go back to 206. 206, Cairo Museum. To interview the curator, I'm at Care. Go to 302. We're going to interview the curator. 302. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Ahmed Care is in and will gladly see foreign visitors. So honored to have your call, he murmurs. What do you wish to do? Examine the Carpathos device, ask that the device be returned to Athens, ask about Galere, or do something else? Pick one, write it down, and then go to 330. Oh, this feels dark. Okay. All right. Presumably, there's a wrong answer here. So if we say the wrong thing, they'll go, oh, quick, attack you or whatever. Look, we don't want to ask it to be returned to Athens. That is too obvious. Basically, why would they return it to Athens? They have no reason to do that. We don't want to ask about Galere. Galere was murdered in Athens. The only reason that this curator would know Galere is if he, is somehow involved with the cult and is aware that Galere was onto them before the death of this poor investigator. Let's ask it to examine it. I think that makes sense. Hopefully it can seem innocent, and then once we've got it in our hand, we can just run. This feels like the best idea to me. All right, pick one, write it down, then go to 330. Oh god, this could be bad. Examine it, return it, impossible, he laughs. And I have never heard of this Galere person. He escorts you out, but if you picked something else at 302, or if you can make a successful fast talk roll, go to 350. Otherwise, return to 206 or go to any Cairo location. Fast talk roll. Let's go to 350. Let's try and make a fast talk roll. So I think we have 5 in fast talk. No, we don't. I think we have 20. Let's see. 8. That is really good. I roll a 1d100, 1d10. I roll a 1d100. Let's see what our fast talk is. Fast talk is 0.5. So we missed it by that much. The art has asked, why do we need the fancy box? We are trying to get the Carpathos device because this is the tool that the cult of Aten want to use to herald the end of time by activating it and bringing it down to the furthest south, which we think is Antarctica. So there are, Duolingo, can we use luck? You know what? I want to hang on to every bit of luck that I have. Also, fast talk, it's fine. We can get kicked out. I don't necessarily trust this person. We return to 206, which is the Cairo Museum. We then are going to go to the Carpathos device at 209, and we are going to decide, we have other ideas. We are going to hide until the doors close and then steal it. Let's give this a try. All right, well, this is the commit, right? This is the full send. We don't really have any other ideas, so let's go for it. 281. You need a successful stealth roll to stay here after the doors close. Fail and you're ushered out and must return tomorrow. If you pass the stealth roll, mark off the waiting time, then go to 280. Now, we are not brilliant at stealth, so let's give this a try. 2 8s. That's amazing. We actually passed. Okay, this is fantastic. All right. All right, we're close. We are either close to getting it or we are close to immediately dying. Oh dear. Sip from my water loudly. Okay. So we now go to 280, which is right above, actually. The toughened glass around the Karpathos device has 10 hit points. It breaks when a total of 10 points of damage have been inflicted upon it. You may use anything to break the glass, but if you use your fist in order to damage it, you lose 1 hit point for each blow. Perhaps you have a tool or a weapon, or something you can throw at it. When you break it, go to 230, unless you waited until night. In that case, go to 276. This feels silly, but we're actually unarmed. We don't really have anything on us, so we stand by the artifact and kind of smack at it helplessly. I think we go get another artifact and break the thing. We have this museum effectively to ourselves. I think it is perfectly reasonable for us to go and find one of those large, like they hold up red velvet ropes and you have them strung between. It's like it looks a little like a mace, which I'm very happy with. So we smash it, go to 230, unless you waited until night. In that case, go to 276. Let's do it, 276. But what is that sound you hear? Terror clutches your heart. Oh dear. 263. In the dim yellow night lights of the museum, you can scarcely believe your eyes. The place has come alive with undead in many forms, from human mummies to megatheria in the natural history ring, all bizarrely returned to life. Everywhere you see the ominous jerky shuffle of half-dead things. Instinctively, you understand that these entities want to snuff out your life and baffle your purpose. You edge quietly along the halls, intent upon your escape from this hair-raising peril. To escape, you need to make successful spot, hidden, dodge, and int rolls respectively without missing any of the rolls. What? Each time you miss a roll in the series, you take a hit point in damage from the outstretched claws and talons which sweep the sound of your footsteps. Then you must start over the series of roll until you succeed with the series. Once you succeed, you hurl yourself through a plate glass window, incurring 1d4 plus 1 additional damage in your escape. Go to 74 if you survive, otherwise your injuries are severe and it is the end. We have this ring that we're meant to be able to use against creatures that return from the dead, but I guess that this doesn't directly suit. All right. Eric Radiation is here. Hello. Good to see you again. All right. We can get this. We're on full health because we smashed this thing with a big hammer. We can get this. All right. Our spot hidden is 25. Let's just write this. I'm just going to write this down so we don't forget. Our dodge is 30. Great. And our our intelligence is pretty good. I think our intelligence is 70. Okay. Oh god, this doesn't look good. Let me go over the exact luck rules. I've got my Alone Against the Dark physical copy here, and I'm just going to remind myself exactly what the steps are. I want to see what our rules are for burning luck. Using luck points. Oh, we totally can. Fantastic. So we can deduct from our luck total, and our total luck is... Where's our luck? We have 50 luck. Okay, not bad. So we can actually make this work. All right. We're going to have to be pretty clever about how we do this. I don't want to start burning luck early because we only get 50 points of it. Basically, we want to have enough to succeed the int check, and we want to be able to sort of get through these. So I think that probably our plan is to not burn luck until we get through the spot hidden roll. And then use it on the dodge roll and on the int roll. So we're standing up. There's monsters everywhere. They're tearing at us. Louis Grunwald, today is the day that you try and make a difference. You try and end this scenario early. You made it there. Make us proud. Okay, so it's going to save my 1d100 roll, and here we go on spot hidden. 18. Immediate success. Okay, so we have immediately spotted a plate glass window that we need to throw ourselves through. We turn towards it and we begin to run. Here is the dodge check. 72. Our dodge is 30. 72 actually puts us completely outside luck range. So that doesn't matter at all. Just confirm that, yeah, okay, we can't possibly succeed that. So we take, how much damage do we take? In chat, if you want to describe something that attacks us, please do. You know, what kind of monster leaps at us from this? What is brought to life inside the museum? We take 1 point in damage from the outstretched claws and talons. Okay. And what's our HP? Our health is 9. Not great. Okay. So, that's our first one. We're going to try again. We're going to try and make the spot hidden. That is a 35. We might not get better than that. And we don't have a ton of room to spare. Oh, gosh. A crocodile nips at your feet as you rush forward, stumble over. This crocodile killed us, Duolingo, and I'm going to be very annoyed. I'm not sure. Well, we got, what do we exactly do? We roll a 35, so that's 10 points of luck. That's pretty good. I don't know. Luck it. Okay, Ty says luck it. Good Ship Friendship says push it. I don't think that is an option. All right, we're going to luck it. So we're going to burn 10 points of luck, bringing us down to 40 points of luck. And then we're going to go for the dodge check. 42. Okay. 42 to bring down to 30 is 12 points of luck, bringing us down to 28 luck. We have 70 intelligence, which means that we can get up to 98 here. And interestingly, 99 and 100 is our fumble range. So we literally have, we fumble. If we fumble, we lose this. Come on, don't fumble. All right, we got out. We actually got out! I am amazed! Louis Grinwald, the professor, who we gave horrible stats at the start of this adventure, it tears towards the plate glass window, throws themselves forward, smashes through, to holding the artifact, I really hope, takes 1d4 plus 1 additional damage in the escape. We only took 1 damage, so we take 1d4. Let's roll this properly. 3 damage, so we've taken a total of 4 damage. We still have 5 hit points, and we survive. Go to 274. We made it. Yes. Thank you, everybody. You were all right. Ty, you were 100% correct. It was time to lock it. 274. Police cars come screeching up to the museum. You have several options and should think about them all before choosing one. You can attempt a stealth roll. If successful, you get away, go to 31. If you fail, you can greet the police and admit what you've done, go to 315. Or you can try to make a successful fast talk or persuade roll to pass through the growing cordon of police. If you succeed with either roll, go to 301. If you fail, go to 315. Or is there something else you want to try? If so, write it down and go to 249. I want to destroy this thing if we possibly can, but I reckon it's probably pretty indestructible. I also want, if we can possibly just throw it into the ocean and get rid of it. Is that worth going to 249 for, or do we want to just try and? I think let's have a look at this. We can attempt a stealth roll. If successful, we just get away and we go to 301. If we fail, we have to try and greet the police. I don't think we really have another idea that is worth going to 249 over. Let's try. Let's just try sneak. Because I'm worried that if I go to 249, I'm going to see what some of the other options were and go, oh yeah, maybe we should have done this. But let's do it. All right, we're going to roll a stealth check. All right, here we go. All right, that is a big fail on the stealth check. So the police are coming to us. We're going to greet the police. We're going to come over to them, and we are going to. I'm sorry, we're not going to greet the police. To tell them what we've done. We're going to try and make a successful fast talk or persuade roll to get through the growing cordon of police. Persuade roll. Here we go. 17. It is stressful. I swear doing this because I have no control over the rolls and there's no ability to fudge here. You can see the Roll20 thing at the side. Oh man. Okay. So we made it. We persuade everybody. We say growing cordon of police. If we succeed with either roll, go to 301. If you're here, you got away. Go to 293 unless you want to make things easy on yourself and give up. If you do, go for 315. What do you mean, give up? What do you mean, give up? Why are we giving up? Everything's going fine. All right. Well, now I'm more than a little concerned. Okay, well, we don't want to make it easy on ourselves. We're here. Let's make it worse. 293. You have the Carpathos device. What will you do with it? Write down your intention, then go to 249. All right, we are going to destroy it. We are going to throw it into the ocean. We're going to go back on that biplane, and we're going to be flying over the Greek islands, and we're going to yeet this thing into the ocean. That is the plan, right? This is what this strange old man that we ran into told us. I think we might be actually relatively close to the end of this adventure. We might not have to go to Bremen. Okay, yeah, ocean yeet. I mean, this is great. Let's do it. Write down intention. Ocean yeet is the technical term. We are not taking it to anybody. We are getting rid of it. 249. There is a possibility that we throw it into the ocean and it like awakens something. But that's an ending still, 249. Here we go. If you wrote down anything other than trying to destroy the Carpathos device, the Carpathos is reclaimed by the authorities. Yeah, that we want to destroy it. That's exactly what we want to do. As for you... Wait, what? As for you, the police arrest you, but we got away. There has been an error here. Oh, no, there we go. Sorry, I just got confused because that is a direct follow-on. You spend several years in prison before being released and returning to America. Unless you surrender to the police, in that case, go to 315. But that's okay. If you try to destroy the Carpathos device, you find that it is impervious to your hasty assaults. But the Nile is only a few paces distant. There we go. Throw it into the water. It's not an ocean yeet, but it is absolutely close enough. You steal a felucca and slowly drift downstream. Sometime later, you judge it safe and drop the heavy device into the Nile itself so that it will sink down into the depths, deep silts that have lain there undisturbed for millennia. Later, the police find you and capture you. You serve 7 years in an Egyptian prison, only to return home penniless, disgraced, and without home or friends. Your life is ruined, and until you die, you never know whether you did the right thing in Cairo all those years before. But you did, of course. Well done. You saved the world. The end. We did it. As the first character, we didn't need to save... We didn't need a mulligan on anything. We just got through. Sure, we suffered, but we didn't go insane and die. We just had to spend 7 years in a Cairo prison, which is not fantastic. But hell, that's great. We actually did it. Oh, good God, look at that. I couldn't have done it without you all. You pushed me when I needed to be pushed. We never got to go to Bremen to see what was happening there. We never got to go down to Antarctica. I saw when I was flicking through the location tables, because how could you not see when you're flicking through the location tables? There's some pretty intense stuff. You've got... Antarctica base camp, you've got the Dark Sea investigation tables. There is a lot of stuff, and we appear to have saved the day. We've done it quickly. We did it. Thank you, everybody. That is Alone Against the Dark. So, looks like we're ending today's stream relatively quickly, but what a way to go out. Once again, you can find Alone Against the Dark, and maybe you can find one of the other exciting endings on chaosium.com or in your hobby game stores if you're looking for physical editions. If you want to go forward into any of the other more specific adventures, I highly recommend checking out Beyond the Mountains of Madness if you're looking for more stuck with a more expedition fun. But apart from that, that is the end of the solo scenarios for now, and we have an announcement. We are going to be changing the times for the Stream of Chaos. We were going to, because I thought that Alone Against the Dark would take us through several countries, we were going to do one session today and then one session moving on to Saturdays, because that that is when we're going to be changing the time to. But we are... But we have finished early, so we do not need to do that. Instead, we will be taking this Saturday off, because we technically did something this week, as is expected. And we are going to be jumping back in next week on the Stream of Chaos on the new time of Saturday in Australia. You can check out our updated Twitch page, which will soon have all the correct times and dates. And of course, you can jump onto Twitter. We will be alerting you about everything in detail. And this will be for the start of a new campaign. Get excited. You will see all the regular cast of the Stream of Chaos back. And we will be very, very happy to welcome you all to a new adventure. Thanks so much for joining me for Alone Against the Dark. Thank you everybody. Thank you Dolingen. Thank you Ty. Thank you Eric Radiation. Thank you Good Ship Fun Trip. Thank you Art. We'll see you all back soon, and that is the end. Goodbye.